I'm Hillary Lakes. I'm the head cross country coach here at Campbellsville University. I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago in a town called Barlow, Illinois. I got my undergraduate degree at North Central College, which is in Naperville, Illinois. How I got to CU. So after I graduated college, I was looking for a grad assistant position because I knew coaching was what I wanted to do. And so through a phone call, kind of a person, I got connected with the current coach, or the previous coach at that time, Scott Hortness of the cross country program. And after a 20-minute conversation, was offered the GA position. And so a week later, first week of August, I was driving down to Campbellsville, which then I was calling it Campbellsville because I didn't know any better, but driving down to Campbellsville University, all my lonesome, 22 years old, and making my way to Campbellsville, which would future call my home, which I didn't know it at the time. I thought I was 2 years and I'd be back home, but 11 years later, here I still am. One of the major turn points in my life that has occurred was probably being offered the head cross country coaching position. I was 22 years old at the time. I had been the grad assistant for 3 or 4 months, and so that was just kind of a big point in my life. Being a head coach was something that I wanted to do, but in my head I was thinking way in the future, and so being offered that, being put in that role that quickly, it just kind of changed my life in a really positive way. Helped me grow up a little bit more, become more mature, because there's a lot more responsibility, but kind of just changed a lot of perspective for me. Thinking back, I think about what I was thinking, what I was going through when I was 20, 21, 22 years old, trying to figure out what it is that I wanted to do when I grew up, what it is when I wanted to do when I graduated college, and what the next move is. And just to kind of, my encouragement and advice to those that are going through that is just to kind of keep going. So if something doesn't work out, there's going to be another door. God's going to provide another opportunity for you, and maybe that's not the door for you. And so to keep finding the path for you, keep finding things that you enjoy, not to give up, don't quit, just kind of keep working hard, keep showing people, how hard you work and what you love, and just do what you need to do. Throughout my life, I've had a lot of people invest in me, and at the moment I may not realize it, or have been really impactful. And there's been so many just to kind of recount in my head, but the first people that come to my head is obviously my parents. They've invested in me and trying to teach me, the right way and the wrong way, and different things like that. But since I've been at CU, I've had a lot of people that have invested in me. I've had, high school coaches and college coaches, Jim Hardy, the head athletic director, Buford Sanders, the assistant athletic director, and baseball coach. But, there's been so many people that have impacted my life in different ways, and just helped me to kind of keep living and keep growing as a person, and as a coach as well. So part of who I am is not just a coach, not just a mom, not just a wife, but just on a personal level. So just a major kind of loss or a major challenge that I've overcome is my husband and I have gone through a couple miscarriages as we were getting into our marriage and deciding to start to have children. The first one was before our first daughter was born, so she's 3 now. And so that was really hard to understand, and understand why we had to go through that. But now looking back, seeing Haley, which is our 3-year-old, and who she is, I know that we would not have her had that not occurred. We would not have Isabel if that other miscarriage hadn't occurred. And so that's just something that we've had to overcome. I've had to overcome personally, and just have to figure out how to kind of move on, and not just move on, but just figure out how to do life as you're going through that challenge.